Howdy folks, I hope you can pick this up clearly. It's been a long time since I made an update, but here it is. Merry Christmas. It's now 5 o'clock in the morning, Christmas morning. I wanted to make a video before I came in, but things got weird the night before and I didn't get a chance. And what I would have given y'all as an update at that time went to hell in a handbasket real quick. Basically, what has happened so far today, to give y'all the update, I checked in here at the hospital on October 9th, which was a Tuesday. Wednesday I was supposed to have surgery, but a pipe broke in the operating rooms and flooded out 5 of the operating rooms. Of the 5 of the 8 operating rooms. So, being as they had to hold 1 in reserve for emergencies, only 2 were operating. And my surgery got postponed until Monday, the following Monday. Between that Wednesday and that Monday, I got myself some kind of systemic infection. I still don't know what it is or what it was or whatever, and had to go on antibiotics. Well, they don't do surgery when you've got an infection like that. So surgery got postponed for, I guess it was about 3 weeks while I was on the antibiotics. And then during that 3 weeks, I got myself a blood clot in my leg, which means I had to go on blood thinners. And they don't do surgery on while you're on blood thinners. And that was 3 months worth. So I've got about a month left on that, and then I've actually got 2 surgeries. I've got the first surgery is it's just to clean up the wound and do a bone biopsy, and then the second surgery is to actually repair the bed sore. And the bone biopsy will help decide how much of this bone that's causing the pressure point that they're going to remove. So on the good news, on the plus side, the surgery is going to be a lot less severe than I had thought. I don't know exactly what the doctor's going to do yet. If he does it, he's being kind of a dick about things, but if he does it, he's got this rule that he won't do surgery unless you've stopped smoking for 2 weeks. His justification being takes that long for all the poisons and stuff to get out of your system. But you can go on the patch and chew gum, so makes no sense. Any doctor you talk to that's got a rule like that, they won't do surgery. They've got some different dumbass reason for not doing it. I've had 6 major surgeries where the doctors have said, okay, you're going up in a half hour. If you want to smoke one, go get it. And you go smoke your cigarette, and you report in. You go back to the ward, they put you on that little gurney and take you up and do the surgery, and when you get back from the recovery room, sitting on your bedside table is your ashtray, your cigarettes, and your lighter. That was before they cut off all this, they cut off any smoking inside federal buildings or anything like that. Used to be you could smoke right there at your bed, so anyway, it's all bullshit, but, doctor's got his little rule, and that's that, so So anyway, it's about a month before the surgery will happen, if this doctor doesn't decide to change his mind all of a sudden like he tried to do last time. In which case it'll turn into a fight, and I'll have to force him to do the surgery by going to the hospital administrator. But the last time, he didn't even have the guts to tell me to my face that he'd canceled the surgery. He doesn't communicate with his patients at all. Just this very quick general, okay, we're going to do this at that time, and then bye, you know. But the last time I found out, because I had started the blood thinners again, and he's got that rule, 2 weeks, I'm going to be on the blood thinners 3 months, I started smoking again. It's one of the few pleasures I've got left in life. So I get the word from the other doctors, just casual conversation, well, now that your surgery's been canceled, you know, and it's like, what? Didn't know anything about it. Big old argument ensued. Ended up them calling this doctor and, you know, telling him basically the rule that he had set for me, and he gave in. But we'll see if he tries to pull the same trick again. Basically, he said, I heard you've been smoking. I guess he knew and I didn't make any secret of it, but there wasn't anybody that's going to report to him that I've been smoking, you know. So all he was going off of was that I was off the ward a lot. Well, I go off the ward a lot. Being on that ward drives me nuts. So anyway, got about a month or so before the surgery, and then if things go right, about a month for recovery after the surgery, and then hopefully I'll be able to go home. Ciela is out of the kennel, finally. She was in there for 2 months and went from 105 pounds down to about 85 pounds. Because she doesn't eat if she's not around me. But one of the guys I met in here, a really cool fella, a Navy SEAL, took her for me. The only problem is he's halfway across the island, so he doesn't get down here very often, and he doesn't have very many clinic appointments. So he'll bring her when he's got his clinic appointments, and I had to go through all the different channels to get the permission to be able to bring her into the hospital and up onto the ward. And now everybody wants to know when Ciela's coming back. She's been up here once, and everybody wants to know when she's coming back. So, and she's now pulling my buddy, who is also in a wheelchair. She's now pulling him. I had told him what it was like when she pulled me, but he didn't believe it. And I was going to get video that day, but I spaced it. I was so pumped on seeing my dog and everything and being able to spend time with her, I spaced having somebody videotape the dog pulling me. But he's got the dog pulling him now. She wouldn't at first. But he's got the dog pulling him. He's got 2 other dogs, so she's got playmates. And they're all getting along. I expected they probably would, but wanted to make sure, so I bugged him a lot the first few days. And then she's getting along with the rest of his family and everything. And he's basically having a blast with her pulling him around and showing her off to everybody in the area, you know. So, let's see. So, back to the surgery deal. Like I said, it's going to be about a month after the surgery, so I got about 2 months left in here. Looks like right now. And let's see, anything else as far as the update goes? Nothing except that I have been sick more since I got into this hospital 2.5 months ago. I've been sick more often than I have in the previous year. Just, I don't know what. Me catching a little bug and suddenly getting a fever and chills and they got the ward cold as hell. I don't know what reason is behind it, but the nurse supervisor and the doctors and everybody says they have no control over it. I don't know who the hell is supposed to, but I'm working on getting that warmed up, getting that changed. They had the patio up there closed to everybody after 10 o'clock because years ago, everybody in the hospital decided to start going on to that smoking area. That smoking area is for our ward and for the spinal cord injured patients only. And they had problems with these idiots threatening the nurses and so on and so forth. So they ended up closing it down and making it a non-smoking area, which that's not going to change. I can't get that changed, but I have got the patio opened up again after 10, which is good for me because with my weird hours, I can go out there at night and there's a plug out there so I can plug my new. That's another thing. My laptop basically started screwing up on me, so I had to buy a new laptop, and that delayed things a little bit. Because then I had to get one of those high-speed internet cards, and that's how I'm hooked up to the net now. But, you know, it's just, it didn't work for me getting an update done after I got in here for a while. Now I've got basically everything loaded onto my computer. The internet's working good. There's been some delay on who the hell is whistling out here? Okay. Anyway, there's been some delay on me getting this just because this is the only quiet place in the hospital is out front here, and you got to get permission to film anywhere in the hospital, and you can't film anybody else. You can't have anybody else end up in your picture. So, you know, here I am at 5 a.m. before people start showing up. Not many people ought to be showing up on Christmas, but you're going to have your inevitable idiots that go out and drive drunk and get in accidents and come into the emergency room and all of that. So, anyway, that's the update. What was supposed to be 1 month has turned into 4 or 5, I guess. Well, let's see, October, November, December, 2.5 months so far. I got another month that's 3.5, 4.5 months. 1 month has turned into 4.5 because of a broken pipe. And then, of course, the hospital germs, so on and so forth. So, anyway, there's the update. The conditions here at the VA have improved quite a bit. Food still sucks, but I got a friend down in the kitchen now that will make me sandwiches and chef salads and things for lunch and dinner. So I get to eat food that I actually like. I got my neighbor coming in about once every couple of weeks. I'm sorry, about once a week, once every 5 days or so. And if I ask him to, he'll bring me some chow. And another good policy change is I can now order food out from outside. I don't have to go jump through hoops to get it delivered, except the delivery. When I was in here last time, the cops were always giving me a hard time about having that food delivered, but now, no problems. I know all the cops here that work at night. So, let's see. That's pretty much it for the update. So, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, and I'll holler at you the next time I holler at you. So, take it light, and I'll see you later. Hasta luego.